I'm Chris Murray.
And I'm 𝗙𝗲𝗽.
And this is the Flat Track Podcast. The Flat Track Podcast is brought to you by Firecrest Cricket. If you are in need of a new bat, gloves, pads, etc., any teamwear, then please feel free to speak to 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝘀 at Firecrest. Thank you for the support you give us, 𝗘𝗽𝗶.
He's also doing badged helmets as well, which look unbelievable.
Yeah,
so
I saw the unboxing of them.
If your club are looking for helmets, or anyone from a particular club is looking for a helmet, then get onto 𝗘𝗽𝗶. He's doing club badges that look really good as well. So.
Cool. Yeah. I'll apologise to everybody for the fact there was no episode last week. I was dying.
Yeah, you said he was ill.
It was a long bout of sunstroke, dehydration, and man flu.
Yeah, I don't think it'd have been right me doing it by myself, sat here on my own. Can you imagine?
Yeah,
it'd have been funny though.
Yeah, I have contemplated that the few times that you've been away in Belfast or something.
Yeah, no, we do apologise. We are. I think it's been tough, hasn't it? Like bank holidays, cricket season, trying to get people on who are cricket people, and it's the busiest time of the cricket season. So just bear with us on guests. We've got some good ones coming up. We're just sorting out, aren't we?
Bit of scheduling needs to be done.
Yeah.
So how was your weekend with Cheshire? Well, your Sunday with Cheshire.
Sunday with Cheshire I'll start off on Saturday. Good win. Always nice to win a local derby.
Yes.
Beating Prestwich. Interesting wicket at home. When you win the toss and Dovey wins his first one of the year, I think, and he bowls we all start celebrating. It usually is a sign of things to come. They were 4 for 4 at one point and got to 80, and we were 12 for 4 chasing and did it 5 down. So good win. And it just keeps us moving up the table. Well, it doesn't. We've actually moved up the table. We've stayed where we are, but we've got close to that top 3 or 4, which is good. And then handy finishing early at 5 o'clock means I managed to set off to Norfolk at a reasonable time. Well, Norwich. Travelled to Norwich Saturday night, 4.5 hours. Got there about 11:15. The obligatory Mackish stop on the way.
Standard.
And then played against Norfolk at a club called 𝗃𝘃 CC. Nice ground actually, decent pitch. We won 260. They were 200 for 7 chasing.
How many overs were it? 50 overs?
50 overs, yeah. Always handy when you get you some runs yourself. Got 69, 70, which is always nice. Nice to contribute, especially when we were 90 for 5 or 6, I think. So nice to contribute. But it was a good win. They beat us in the final a couple of years ago, Norfolk. So we owed them one. So it was nice to beat them with a different team to usual. It's weird with playing with Cheshire because usually you have what I would call it's not necessarily our strongest side, it's our side that is always mostly available, is what we try and pick from. But again, it was the Cheshire Cup on Sunday. It was the first round of the Cheshire Cup, so they couldn't really move it. So we were picking lads from lads who might not usually play because they might not have been available or they might not have had the opportunity. So it was nice to beat them with a different side than usual. And those lads, put a good case into play, the next round because we performed and we won, and a lot of the lads that came in did really well. So it was good to beat them with not the usual set of lads that play. It was a good win. Nice to beat them, and then 4.5 hours back. Got back to my home at 11:30 on Sunday night.
It's a long 24 hours that for you there.
Long. To be fair, I'm glad I wasn't driving.
Mate, when you said you were playing at Norfolk, I was like, I don't even want to look how far away that is.
4.5, no, it wasn't. It was something like 100, 200 miles, I think, something like that.
Jesus.
And the problem is, there's no easy way to get to Norwich. It's all A roads once you get to the A1. Once you get off the A1, well, the A1's an A road. Once you get off, whichever way you go into Norwich, it's just A roads. Just like eating tarmac. And the worst bit about it is you're going down the road and it just feels like the time's just not going down. Just driving nowhere.
All that time on a sat-nav just looking at it and just going, bah.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll kick off then, as soon as you've started already speaking about how we did it on Saturday.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at last week's results from Prem. So we had Clifton beat Monton by 133 runs.
Yeah.
Which I think Crossy got 70 odd and
Dorsey got 100, yeah.
And then Horwich versus Edgerton. Looks like that's been rain affected because Horwich got a revised target of 149.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Edgeworth Row Green. Edgeworth 181 for 9 off their 50. Row Green 107 all out. Denton West got beat by Royton.
Yeah.
Royton won by 8 wickets, chasing 101. Our friends from up the road, Brox, chased 122 non-down.
Yeah, saw that. Dom got 80 odd.
Yeah. Well, I was looking. I was looking at it.
Barker being fucking boring again.
Well,
by the looks of it.
I looked at it at one point before they went off for rain, and I'm thinking. I looked at the score and thought, "Oh, Barker must have got some runs." Didn't click for me that Dom would be opening. Looked at him, went, "Oh, he's on 11 off 50 out of 99." Well,
apparently did his hammy coming back for 2. That's why he blocked him out.
Oh, right, fair enough.
That's why he blocked it. But
And then obviously,
I usually blocked it anyway, so it's no excuse.
And then we win by 5 wickets. But that one with Clifton, like we were talking about the other week when we were looking at the league table, and I said to you then, I said Clifton are one of those sides where they're down at bottom, but they could get like a decent run of games to get themselves away from it. Like I say, Crossy got 74 off 96, Sam Dorsey 102 off 103. Not a bad effort doing a run of ball.
Yeah.
And then obviously then in response, Crossy's got 5 for fair play.
Yeah.
So it's been, by the looks of it, obviously decent weekend in terms of like there were games, all games were played, couple were rain affected.
I think we got lucky finish. Obviously, the early finish, we didn't get any rain. Obviously, we weren't rain affected. It didn't even look like it was going to rain at any point when we were playing. So we had a bit of cloud cover, but it didn't look like it was going to rain at any point.
We were at Edgerton, and it just went all the way around us.
Yeah.
And it's one of them where you can see it coming.
Yeah.
Thinking,
But we're there Saturday. It's supposed to be nice this week. Hopefully we get some nice weather. It's supposed to be nice this weekend. I'm sick of it. The chance of it raining. I mean, it's going to rain all week, but
some of the days have been ridiculous. But it was like that Saturday morning. It's going to be on and off. It's going to be on and off. We started on time. Played all the way through. No rain whatsoever. It's just like, all right, okay. But like I say, you could see it swirling round.
Yeah.
I was just like, some of that's got to hit us at some point.
Yeah.
Nah, nothing.
No.
But yeah, it was an interesting one because the wicket that we were on Saturday was the same colour as the outfield.
Yeah.
But there were 2 others that were cut over either side that looked absolute belters. It was like, to be fair, wicket. It played a right low scoring game, but it was just funny because you walked out and just looked. It was like right on the edge of the hill.
Yeah.
Like proper mysterious. I took a catch and didn't know where to be stood. I was like, I don't know where.
Yeah.
I don't know whether this is going to go over the top of me or whether it's just going to come straight at me.
Well, that's the only good thing I contributed on Saturday was I got 3 catches at second slip. I should have had a 4th, to be fair. I didn't drop it. I just didn't go for it either. And Ryan caught it at first to my left. Probably should have gone for it because it only just carried. But yeah, that's the only thing I've contributed. I got 4 runs. I hit a lovely 4, but yeah. I'm catching them well at the minute. Probably jinx that now. Probably drop a load on Saturday. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's
drop Bomber and George and Reedy.
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah, but it's been frustrating. I think it's been very. I was chatting with Tom Avery from 𝗘𝗍𝗄 over the the last few days, and we were just saying like how it's been so stop-start, and it feels like you just can't get going. Like, because I think it's more we're playing games, but the wickets haven't been as good as they usually been purely because of the weather. So it's been frustrating, and I'm a bass. Obviously, I want it flat. I want it flat, but I get sometimes there is a little bit in it for the ball, but we've played some games and it's been chaos. It's been doing all sorts. Like we've played on quite a few low-scoring games at home, which is unusual, and I'm putting that purely down, I think, to the weather, just because it's been a tough May for the groundsman. Covers on and off, not really had much drying apart from the week that was nice. So hopefully, once we start this weekend, we get some good weather. We can get on some. We can start getting better.
I think it was Friday. It was fucking hailstoning
Yeah.
at like R4. I think and junior training was one of them things where it was like, oh, could this get cancelled? It was hailstoning.
Yeah.
Like, it's May. Calm down.
No.
No, well, now June even.
Yeah, it's June now. It is June, and that's the thing. It's probably been the dampest sort of spring I can remember. Like playing, like I can't really remember, or especially over the last few years since I've been playing like league cricket again. It's the dampest one that I can remember. Like the last few years, we've had lost a. I don't think we lost a ball last year in May to weather.
I don't think we did.
And maybe even the year before.
It's just typical weather, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully it'll be decent. I've just had to put covers right after wind blew.
Yeah, I saw that when I turned up.
It's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
But so, did you watch England?
Do you know what? It's probably the first time in a while where I have watched quite a bit of the England test. Obviously, it's hard on over the weekend. Obviously, when we're playing to watch it, but the first few days, yeah, I did have a watch. It was an interesting pitch, wasn't it?
Well, that's it. I'm just getting the like schedule up for them for this year, because I couldn't get my head around the fact that Lords has got 3 tests this year.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's the home of cricket, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
it is.
I think there'll be a point where that stops because, the wickets have been getting considerably worse over the last couple of, or the test matches have been getting shorter and shorter. And the thing is, what I think what you forget as well is the money that the ECB will be losing for them because of the days that they're missing out on.
Yeah, it's a good couple of million that they've lost out on for them.
Even Lords as a cricket ground, like the bar takings, all the stuff, all the bars, food outlets, everything, because it's not going to the final few days.
Yeah, I think, well, actually, it might only be 2 tests that they've got. I'm sure somebody said that they said on commentary on Friday that they had 3. But, obviously, just had the test at Lords. 17th of June is the second test, that's at the Oval. Third test is at Trent Bridge on the 25th.
Yeah.
And then they have the T20 and ODI series against India, 1st of July through to the 19th, where the final one is at Lords. Then they have the England men versus Pakistan. First test at Headingley, second test at Lords, third test at Edgbaston. And then they've got the men's versus Sri Lanka. But that's obviously T20s and ODIs. There's nothing at Lords there.
Yeah.
But
who was the middle series against again? West Indies?
Pakistan. They've got India in ODIs and T20s. So they've got, that's a T20 at Durham, T20 at Old Trafford, T20 at Trent Bridge, T20 Bristol, T20 Hampshire, and then ODIs, Edgbaston, Sophia Gardens and Lords.
So they're playing a 5-match T20 and a 3-match ODI.
So they've got Lords have got obviously 2 tests and an ODI. And it was interesting listening to the commentary about it going, because that ball that Bethel got that stayed low, so early on in it, is ridiculous. And the fact that was there only 2 half centuries in the?
I think Nasser Hussain was saying the square is 100 years old, and I don't think it's ever been relayed.
Yeah, they were saying they were doing all sorts. They had they were steaming it a couple of weeks ago. There's a video of the ground staff steaming it to try and help it. But when does it become a point where they go, yeah, you've been the home of cricket for 150 years? I still think it'll.
I remember at Leicester. When I was there, I'm sure the grounds and every winter there must have been probably 20 odd pitches, but every year 3 pitches got relayed along the square. So obviously you won't play on them, so it was just a constant. So by the time you get back to it, you're ready to go again. And I think it's probably. I would have thought that I'm sure that Lords will be looking now to be going
we need to up our game a bit.
We need to up our game, and if that means we're going to have to relay some pitches, then they're probably going to have to try it. But they were talking about, obviously, we don't have anyone, I don't think, because we have cricket grounds, actual cricket, specific cricket grounds. We don't have drop-in pitches, but that might be an option. They have them in Australia a lot. So.
All them drop-in football pitches that they've done for World Cup.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video of the one where they're laying it on?
Rolling it out?
Where they lay the turf on the concrete.
Yeah.
And they've laid the turf on it, and then they make sure that it's obviously all tightly compact together, each bit. Cut the edges off it so it's obviously circular around the edges. And the first time a ball got played on it, they were, whoever it was that was doing the training session on there, they were practicing pinging in corners in, and the lads were trying to hit it on the half volley.
Yeah.
It didn't bounce. Ball just fucking stopped.
Wow.
No, so it could be interesting this World Cup.
Yeah.
But it was take nothing away from how England bowled.
Yeah.
Because that first over off Ollie Robinson
was unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
When you get rolled for a low score and you're like, right, we need to start well. We
Yeah.
need to start well. Like nothing better than someone running in and doing that first. Well, it was his second over of the game, wasn't it? But his first over.
Yeah, it was
Of the innings, sorry.
and it was good it was good because like you watch it, and it's like Jesus, fucking hell, they might go through them tonight before the session's over. But I just thought they made a point of saying it on commentary about how in the Ashes they were very wayward, they were very all over the place, etc. Whereas they actually seemed like quite disciplined, although based on what Atkinson and Stokes have been up to by the sounds of it, they weren't as disciplined as they should be.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting one, and obviously by the time this airs, he's either going to have resigned, or
retired,
or
I
been
think
pushed.
it's hard, isn't it? Because we don't know the full story about it. But if I've seen a couple of articles about him retiring or resigning, which probably. I mean, he's only got himself to blame. He shouldn't have put himself in that sort of environment or in that situation. But again, I saw Bumble tweet something about it's the end of a test match. They'll be off on the day after. Like, not that condone, like sort of saying it's acceptable, but the grown adults like go out and you just want to test at laws like in a good win. Like, go and enjoy yourself. But I keep seeing tweets saying that they weren't the aggressors. But if they're not the aggressors and someone else is in the wrong, then fair enough. And I think it was George Bell said it. The consequences got to be proportionate. So if he's been out and he's broke the curfew protocol, I mean, it's a bit out. It's not nearly necessarily needs to retire, is it?
No.
So maybe if he thinks it's the right thing to resign, but when I personally think when most people think of the England testing, they think of two people. Or over the last few years, there's probably three people they probably think of: Joe Root, James Anderson, and Ben Stokes.
And the stupid thing is he has the second best Test captaincy record for an England captain.
Yeah.
And you take away the thing that I saw a tweet yesterday that said, in any other walk of life, would it be branded around that somebody's gone out for a beer after they finish work?
Yeah.
Like, if somebody got in trouble at a normal day-to-day job, would a tweet go out to say, we're currently investigating, No, they keep that shit in-house.
Yeah.
I do not see
Yeah.
the need in them having to say, we're dealing with an incident that happened, blah, 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 where they broke protocol,
Well, they kept the Harry Brook incident in-house for a certain amount of time.
So they fucking should.
Because it happened in New Zealand. It didn't come out till later on in the Ashes. But I do, like I say, he shouldn't have probably been in that situation, shouldn't have put himself in that situation. But if what they're saying, he wasn't the aggressor and someone's thrown a punch apparently at Atkinson and he's happened to have been there, then I don't think asking him to retire from Test cricket it's the way to go. Maybe he resigns from but then who takes it on?
Yeah, because you'll have Brooks stood there saying about how important it needs to be that we're disciplined and after he's just had an incident in New Zealand.
And then who else do you look at? You're not going to go back to Root. I don't think you go back to Root. So Ollie Pope's the other vice captain. He's not even in the team at the minute.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it's I think it's probably for me it'd be wise to maybe just, but feel like some media just jump on it and won't make a story out of it, and
that's.
I think. I mean, he like what we've got to remember. Like Ben Stokes has been to the brink, hasn't he? Like he nearly lost his what happened in Bristol however long ago, and he come back from it and he won everyone over. And this is a lot different. If he's not thrown a punch, this is a lot different, isn't it? Like he's been out for a drink and someone's thrown a punch at him or his mate. This is a lot different to that.
Yeah.
And what he got then was probably necessary, proportionate. But
watch this. By the time this airs on Friday, it'll probably been him throwing the punch.
Yeah.
Probably absolutely belted shit out.
Yeah. Well, that's what.
That would be totally fucking wrong.
Yeah. But you'd have known about that by now.
Yeah. I think it's just. I think again, it's just what winds me up with it is I don't get why they need to talk about it until they know what's gone on properly, until they've investigated it. But yeah, and then,
like, who's this cricket regulator? Why can't ECB just deal with it themselves? Why can't ECB just go, right, this was a curfew, you've been out, past your curfew, you're not playing the next test, and we're fining you.
Yeah.
Done. You're still the captain because actually it's not really that bad. And ultimately, right, again, they're adults. And what Brooke did with the bouncer in New Zealand is wrong. But like, they were given four days off when the whole thing with Duckett came out. Like, he was levered, but he's got time off. Like, and so it just doesn't make, you know, it.
And the bit for me that does
it seems like it's being blown. Like, again, it could be completely wrong, and he could have assaulted someone by the time this airs, but if it has, we'll just edit it out though.
Yeah, we'll find out first.
Yeah, I just edit it out on Thursday. But it's, for me, it's just been, for me, blown out of like there's bigger things going on in the world at the minute than Ben Stokes going out and being out later than he should have done, someone throwing a punch at his mate.
The bit for me is there's an ECB security guard with him.
Yeah.
You're telling me that an ECB security guard can't say to you, "Come on, Ben, curfew, come on, come on." You know, I think it's ridiculous.
For me, he maybe missed the next test, and crack on after it. But because England will suffer without him.
Oh, massively.
England. I feel like a lot of people are out for him because and again, I feel like it's a lot of. I don't know how to say this right. A lot of people, I feel like, against like the modern way of playing cricket. So a lot of people are against the way that McCullum and Stokes have the way they're going about. Obviously, what they did, Australia wasn't good enough. Let's get at the Ashes. We were crap. We were crap, but they had a plan. It didn't work. They've gone back to the drawing board, and you could see straight away on over this test how they've. I think you can see straight away the difference they've made. You know, they've gone with, you know, they looked to be a little bit more. Sort of watchful with the bat, a little bit more.
The fact that Duckett left the
and
first
Tuffers
ball,
were celebrating on but you know, like, and the way they bowled, you know, they've gone with an attack that's to hit the stumps more rather than pace, and that's what they've changed, and we have to give them a chance for that to work. And first test, we beat New Zealand at Lords, who New Zealand won the toss and stuck us and chose to bowl for us as well. So we've won the game by losing the toss, and New Zealand are a good side. Like, they are a very good team. Like, some of them bowlers, they've got a right side. So do you know what?
And then when you're looking you're knocking over Williamson, Conway, Mitchell, is it Ravindra?
Yeah,
like
Rachin,
Rachin Ravindra for like not many. Yeah. You know,
Phillips. They've got a really, really good team, and we beat them at home after losing the toss. So for me, already, and it's only a small sample size, it's one test, but for me it seems like obviously what they've changed has worked in the first test. So, and again, Stokes, he shouldn't have been in that situation, but it was ultimately, he's a grown man, he's been out for a drink after winning a test at Lords, which I'm sure you put all these reporters that are reporting it in that position,
they would do the same.
I'm sure they'd probably do the same thing. And that's what winds me up the most about it. If they were playing for England, they just won a test at Lords like they did, after being behind the eight, like after being rolled out for 120, I'm sure a lot of.
And after the shit that everybody had given after the Ashes and everything,
and turning up, beating New Zealand first test at Lords, I'm fairly certain that most other people in that position would have done exactly the same.
Yeah.
So for me, I think it's just been blown way out of context. They just need to, crack on, let the investigation do what it needs to do, and just crack on. Like, England will be so much worse off without him. Yeah,
massively. But now, moving on to the shit show that is Lank's T20 campaign.
Oh, well, yeah. I was listening to Stick to Cricket.
Yeah.
And I listened to a few, and I was listening to Bumble talk about Lanks, and I feel like the whole club's not in a great way at the minute. I don't know too much because I'm not into all the politics of the club, but I know it's not. I know what's going on. It's not in a great spot, I don't think.
Yeah, I think that
a lot of members are very, very unhappy with what's going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on by the looks of it. Like, my dad's a life member, but I don't really think he really pays too much attention. Fair play to him. He got a life membership when he was like 18, 19.
That's class.
20 quid.
That's class,
Or
that.
something like that back in the day.
That's mega.
He's off to Blackpool on Friday.
Oh yeah, they've got another game at Blackpool.
County Championship.
Oh yeah, they played T20 in the back there, aren't they?
But like, just Friday night, just what the
Do you know what, right? A Rosie's game, I've never played in one, so I've played him at age group cricket, but I've never played in a professional Rosie's game, right? Sometimes there is a team that are just better than you.
No, I get that.
And from what I watched, Yorkshire were definitely the better team on the night. They've all what I think Lancs fans forget sometimes is those, you know, that Johnny Bairstow is a homegrown lad. Who's obviously been a and still is a very, very good player. Then the other lads that did well, Luxton, who batted, who was the other one, Wharton, all these young lads are where Harry Singh, Matty Hurst, those lads were 3 or 4 years ago. So they've been through that cycle. So those lads that they played, like Yorkshire haven't been great for the last 3 or 4 years, but they've stuck by their young lads, and now they're seeing the rewards because those lads are now scoring runs regularly and standing up and scoring for Yorkshire. You know, and again, I know a lot of Lancs fans are unhappy because Lancs have 6 players who are at the IPL. But that's also, it's kind of, it's Lancs' fault, it's not Lancs' fault.
Yeah,
it is and it isn't.
I think
what for me, the way that Lancs move forward is by, so all these fans are kicking off saying, well, our players aren't good enough. Our players aren't good enough. Then they're kicking off saying all our players are away. So who do you want? And then they're kicking off saying we'll let too many lads go who are Lancs lads, and we've got too many lads coming from other counties. Well, what do you want them to do? Who are they going to play? You can't have it all. So either you've got to stick with young lads, not necessarily struggle, but not be as good for a few years until those young lads get better, and then they're Lancastrians who are playing for the club and doing well. Or if you want instant success, you go and sign all these lads.
Well, then you run that risk again of them ending up for the IPL. Like, I think that's the bit that frustrates me.
Yeah.
Is looking at it and going, obviously I want Harry to do well.
Yeah.
Like, because I backed with him when he was 13 years old, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You know, I want that. Joe Moores looks class.
Yeah.
Matty Hurst, whenever I've seen him, looks a decent player. But when you've got, and you're seeing Butler, Salt, not like etc. not available, you look at it and just thinking, there's a problem there when we were talking last time about the schedule for the T20 being moved to when it's been as sort of foot lengths.
Yeah.
Because of the fact of the.
But also as well, right? No one can tell me, right? If you're playing for your county, right, and they're offering you this money, right?
Yeah.
And then another opportunity comes along that are tripling, quadrupling your pay, if not more.
Yeah.
You're telling me that the people you're not going to go and play.
I'm all for them.
And I think that's the problem. Like, and it's if franchise cricket for me has affected our English professional cricket, because you don't see the best players all the time, because your best players in the county, in the counties, or especially in T20, are also going to be asked to then play in franchise tournaments, which have a lot more money involved. So your IPL, PSL,
big Caribbean Super League.
Yeah, all these trophies, all these T20 comps. So those lads are obviously, like, they're trying to make a living as well.
Yeah.
And I get it. Lancs should have sort of in a contract say, right, you can miss. What also I don't think members know is that I'm fairly certain, or used to, I don't know if this happens, those lads that miss their time, they pay that money back to Lancs. So if one of them lads is off at the IPL, he'll basically lose the money that he's.
Yeah.
So he's not getting paid for both.
No.
So essentially, although he's not there, he's also
technically
he's not costing anything either. So for me, it's about, you either have to, again, and this is what I would have always done, is franchise out the T20, make it a franchise competition, then keep it as your clubs, keep it as Lancs, York, all your counties, but make a franchise T20, and then that means that you would then see and do what they've done and sold those franchises to the investors, and I can guarantee your club would have seen all your best players back because they would have been paid accordingly.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. I think it's just one of them things that frustrates when you know like the IPL's over and you're not seeing Butler, Salt, etc.
Well, I think I'm sure Butler's playing available for 6 games now.
Yeah, he's not like been picked. He's not playing tonight.
Yeah, I think he's playing. But this is the 6th game of the tournament.
Yeah.
So there's another 6 to play, and he's playing the rest of them.
So he's then for the rest.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's committed to 6. I'm sure I read that somewhere.
Yeah, but I think that's where the frustration comes for a lot of unthinking.
Yeah.
You look at it and you go, these players are good enough to get paid stupid money.
Yeah.
Like go and play in franchise cricket, but in theory they're classed as a Lancs player.
Yeah.
And they want to just see them doing it for Lancs.
Yeah.
And I think it's like watching that on Friday. It just, I looked at the Yorkshire bowling attack.
Yeah.
And just looked at it and just went.
Yeah,
there wasn't a weak link.
You've also got there wasn't. You also got to remember Lancs lost Chris Green on Wednesday or Thursday
and Marcus Harris had
to an injury. So there, you straight away you're replacing a bowling all rounder with a batter because you need an overseas. It's hard to find someone. So yeah, you're right. And I think again, Lancs have got 2 of the best two white ball bowlers in the country playing for him in Mahmood and Wood. Wood's just been at the IPL. Obviously, I know sacked fairly well. He's coming back from injuries, trying to get back to full fitness. Again, and it exacerbates the situation because it's a Roses game and it's a derby and everyone, Lancs want to win, Yorkshire want to win. But you still got, they don't just turn rubbish overnight. Sometimes they just poor. Just poor. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes, for not by effort or attitude or trying, you just miss. You just sometimes don't execute. The best batters in the world don't perform every game. So it's the same for a bowler. I think, and again in T20 again, when you see the ball in the stand flying into the stands, it looks worse. But actually, so lads are allowed to bat well. Yeah. So teams are allowed to beat Lancs. Teams are allowed to beat Lancs if they play better than them.
Yeah, but it's just obviously.
And I know it's the manner of how he lost. He lost by what 100 runs in a Roses game. But Lancs could easily do that in the return fixture at Old Trafford.
Yeah, they could. I think like the bit that I say when I was watching it was though the Yorkshire bowling attack just
two overseas bowlers though in their attack.
Yeah.
2 overseas bowlers, no overseas batter.
No, and Moeen Ali.
Who have played a lot of T20, and again Moeen Ali, who has played a lot of international cricket.
Yeah.
So you're right, and that's what I'm saying to you. Yorkshire have probably looked at their signing and gone, right, we've got a load of batters and young batters who we want to give an opportunity to, so we're just going to sign 2 overseas players. Lancs have probably looked at it and gone, we've got a lot of young players at the minute.
We just need to sign 2 all-rounders.
We just need, to give us the best chance.
And unfortunately, the fact that Green's got injured, doesn't help. And then I don't really think that it then helped that the next game they played was played at Blackpool. They scored 200 and lost off the last ball.
Yeah.
And I think that's where
it's T20 though. Someone can come off.
And to score 200 in 20 overs and then to lose it. It's just a fucking good game.
Exactly.
It looks like, obviously, it's a bit harsh of me to class it as being a shit show when I first said it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a shit show in terms of
it's just not going right.
It's just not going right for them. It's just not working. Something's not clicking.
Yeah.
Like I say, my dad's off to go and watch them on the county champ this week.
Yeah.
So they'll have a few games. Well, they'll have a few days where they're not playing, and then the back. I don't know whether
playing tonight.
Yeah, but I don't know whether they're back at it straight away for the T20.
Yeah,
straight after.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain.
Yeah, because it's that window, innit? I was trying to explain that thing that you said to me about them having a team from outside of the grouping to me dad the other week. He went, "Well, that's just a load of nonsense."
That's why they played at the Oval. And they'll play Surrey at home at some point again. But yeah, I think it is listen, Lancs fans are passionate, and that's why they are brilliant, and that's why there's a lot of them that watch and support Lancs in it. They're amazing. But I think sometimes as well is Lancs are just at a stage at the minute. There's a lot of young players. You look at the team that I think you've got Keaton Jennings, who's a very, very good, experienced pro, and you've got opening the batting, and then you've got Jimmy Anderson opening the bowl, and he's obviously the best seam bowler that's ever lived. And then you've got Marcus Harris as your captain, your overseas, not your captain, your overseas batting at 4, and Josh at 3, who's another experienced cricketer now, who's done really well, being spoke about for England only a couple of years ago, batting at 3. and then your side is then you've then got a lot of young lads. You've got Tom Bailey, another great bowler, great pro in there. But then you're looking around, you've still got to try and produce your own cricketers, like Mike Jones, Matty Hurst, George Balderson, Harry Singh. They've got players coming through. They just need to. I think it's just managing them better, and I think once again in a couple of years' time, if they promote those young kids and help those young players and help them become better players by playing them, Lancs will see the rewards down the line. Might not be next year, but the more they're exposed to cricket, the better they'll become, the better Lancs will become.
Cool. Have you seen, well, you have seen, because I showed you before, that Manchester Supergiants kit launch?
And this is why the 100 gets so much stick, because someone doing an AI video can't even get a pair of wicket-keeping gloves on the video for the person
keeping. Is that the correct fingers? It had
keeping in a pair of batting gloves
and pads.
It just doesn't bode well, does it? And again,
it's the thing for me is so obviously I work in social media, I work in content creation, and the bit that got me with it, I watched it, looked at it, thought, like there's a picture of like Joss Butler, etc. Looked at it, that AI is quite good, because I spotted it like straight off.
Yeah.
And it was only when I watched it the second time, because the first time I watched it, I went, something don't look right here.
Yeah.
Can't.
It's like Anton Decker stood behind the curtain going, put some batting gloves on the keeper.
Yeah. He's got 7 fingers on one hand, and you look at it. And it's
when did that get released?
About a week and a half ago.
Yeah, so I've not seen that until you showed me tonight. And again, I've never really been against the 100. I know there's a lot of people who are against it, because I do think, the schedule is busy, but, and I was saying to you, I think for me, I would have franchised out the T20 Blast, not made a new comp, but I think there was a market for another competition, and they went with 100. And I've never been against it, because I actually think there's some really good cricket played, and I kind of like the idea. Their idea was to get new people watching the game, and I feel like it probably has, because it's a simpler way. It's a simpler way of understanding. You're not talking about they need 64 off 32, right? What's your run rate? We're not talking about. We're very simple. You need 50 off 30 balls, because that's how we're doing it. Yeah. And I think. But I just think that with what's, like you say, and the investment from overseas is obviously helping. It'd be helping local, like, sort of clubs. And I'm sure that, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I'm sure the clubs that are being bought, or the franchises for the 100 that are being bought by overseas investors, I'm sure some of that money will be making its way down the pyramid to, not necessarily down to the clubs that haven't got a 100 franchise, to your Derbyshires, your Leicesters, your Northants, those type of clubs, and then down. And if that's happening, then it's only good for the game. But yeah, some of the stuff that has happened that I've seen is it just doesn't help itself. Like you say, that the video, the whatever it is, the trailer release, the launch of Manchester Supergiants.
Like, don't get me wrong, I like the premise of the colour of the kit.
Yeah.
And that was one of my bugbears.
It's just red and blue. It's basically City and United.
Yeah, well. And that was one of my bugbears with the originals, was I could never get on board with it, because to me it felt like as a black kit.
Yeah.
And it never. And I like the premise of the red and the blue.
Yeah.
Fine. I get what you're trying to do with it.
Yeah.
The bit for me with it is there are so many cricket content creators out there who would have loved an opportunity to be able to create something, where they'd have been able to put their own stamp on it to help launch that kit. Yeah. And we see some of it with football. Like, for instance, Steve Bracknell. Yeah. He's ended up now Steve Directs for Sports Direct, for Sports Direct, etc. Because off the back of something he's been doing consistently, he's ended up getting that deal, and he's helped them with certain things. Yeah. There was an opportunity there when a competition that comes under scrutiny for people thinking it's taking over the place of what the T20 should have been, to changing the names and having silly crisp flavoured kits, what it was originally.
Yeah, it was,
to then now selling to the investors, which I've got no issue with that, because it's all the ones that are involved in the IPL in it. Yeah. Could have just taken the time and gone, right, let's have a look on TikTok and let's have a look on Instagram. Let's see which cricket content creators are out that we can get involved to do something with
a
these
local
players.
to your area.
Yeah.
There's eight teams.
Yeah, something like that.
8 teams. Yeah. It feels like again, it's just been.
But AI's.
Almost feels like the ECB have sold half of it off, so they're also like, well, we've sold it off now. We've got our cash. I'm not really that fucking bothered.
I think it's more the clubs that get the cash though.
Yeah.
I think it's the clubs that get the cash, because I'm sure it's not the ECB share that's been sold. I think it's the club bit, because I'm sure that there's been a few that have sold completely outright, 100%. Yeah. There's some that have maintained a percentage.
Yeah.
And there's some that have just gone, right, we'll lose this part of the percentage. ECB, will you lose this part of it, and etc.
Yeah.
But it just wound me up.
Yeah.
I just looked at it and it's just like, come on.
You showed it me and it was awful. You showed it me before and I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
But again, like, I do look forward to watching the 100 when it does come on. I think there's some really good games. And what's it been going now 3 or 4 years? And it is getting better. I watched a couple of games, low-scoring games last year, but I think, remember when the T20 first started, the T20 was low-scoring at the start. Now teams are knocking off 240 and 17 overs in the IPL. And I think the 100, again, although it's only 20 balls difference in an innings, it will start getting there. Teams will start working out better strategies and things like that.
I've been critical of it because obviously, like I've said to you, I think they should have just focused on the T20.
Yeah.
But what I liked about it originally, the one thing I did like in the early stages was where it was giving some second team players an opportunity.
Yeah.
Like there were young lads playing in the first draft bit that they did, that hadn't even played a first class game in some points. Yeah. And that was one of the things I liked about it. But part of me looks at it and goes, is it now going to try and be very much like the IPL in the terms of the pomp and circumstance and etc. And it could fall flat. It could end up being brilliant.
Yeah.
But I'll give it. Like I say, I'll watch it, but I'd prefer to watch the T20.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat, definitely. But I do think, it'll be better for the 100 with the outside investment and what's going on and the players. More players likely to play in it now.
Yeah.
Better overseas players because it's probably being paid more. Let's get it right. It's what it comes down to for most.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
Well, I will keep an eye out for if they do any more AI stuff. And out because it was just
it was a
just
shambles.
ridiculous.
It was rubbish. It was.
So who do we draw in the cup?
Heaton at home.
So
should be a good game.
Should be a very good game. You can have a word with our mate about changing his gloves all the time.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it'd be a good game. They're doing okay this year, I think.
Quarterfinals, that.
Yes, is it? Was it set? Quarters, yeah, quarters.
Yeah. Quarters. Cool. It made me laugh because after the last round, Play Cricket was playing up.
Yeah.
Absolute shit show. And I wasn't feeling great as it was, and the boys had just come back off holiday and they were at mine, and I'd said to Sam, as soon as the game's done, I need to go. Double header weekend, need to go. Not feeling great as it is.
Yeah.
And gets home, didn't know the score of the the ones. Just knew they needed 50 odd off so many. Didn't know what the score was. Looking at Play Cricket, couldn't see anything. Fair play. I'm going to tell this factually, Pete. Pete sent me a message on the Sunday night. Are you no longer putting scorecards out?
Yeah.
Just nothing untoward of it. And I just looked at it and just replied going, well, Play Cricket was being crap, etc. I didn't even, at this point I'm like, I don't even know whether we won. He replied with, oh, just let you know we won. I was like, all right, cheers. I'll sort that. I was just like, it's just shit.
Yeah.
It's just absolute shit when you look at Play Cricket and you can't see what the fuck is going on.
But they need to up the game.
It's just...
Play Cricket needs to up the game. Is it the ECB that...
It's an ECB thing. It's owned by somebody else, but if you've got to be
England
ECB...
Cricket Board, you need to up your game. The Play Cricket, quite currently, is dog shit. It is so poor.
Oh, mate.
You can't, trying to find games and teams and who's playing where and what, and you have to... You can look at your team scorecard, but then to look at someone's stats, you have to log in. What's that about?
Well, the best bit was...
Why is that behind what's it matter? I need to be logged in to see how many runs Muzzle's got for the year.
The best bit of it was, I couldn't see how the firsts had gone on 1 week
Yeah.
because it just came up saying what the first innings score was, and then it started to say what the second innings score was, but I couldn't see the scorecard on the app.
Yeah.
So I went through fucking Safari,
Yeah.
everything there.
Yeah.
It's just mental.
Yeah, I remember that a couple of weeks ago. I was trying to... Who was that against? Yeah, I remember that.
It was when I was looking at I was trying to do the scorecard for the Hayward game.
Yeah.
Just fucking mental.
Yeah.
But, all right. It's been good, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been good.
Done a bit of a rant, haven't we?
Yeah, we have had a bit of a rant, yeah.
Yeah.
Needed that.
I think because we both got no runs a week. Well, you got runs Sunday.
Yeah, I got runs Sunday, not only Saturday though.
Yeah. I think we're just a bit angry with
maybe.
state of Saturday games.
Yeah.
We've surpassed 100 subscribers on
Have we?
On YouTube.
Have we passed the...
No, I will. Well, I'll have a look. We'll have a look
How many's the Rambler got?
We'll have a look. We'll see. He's got himself some new boots.
Yeah, I know, I've seen that.
You know what them new boots caused at weekend?
What?
They caused him to lose his run up 5 fucking times.
Do you know what you need to do? You should take the spikes out of them.
Oh, he's bought new boots because he bought another pair of new boots a couple of weeks before, kept on losing a spike off the front of them and they wouldn't replace them, so he's gone and bought some new ones. So, but he said, 10 more years left in me with these, so he gets them out Saturday. And fine, they look like belters. And he's bowled a spell briefly, come off, then come back on, and he had 2 overs where literally he must have lost his run up 5 or 6 times.
How do you lose your run up, Rob?
And it's not even a run up; it's a walk up.
How do you lose your walk up with new boots? That doesn't make any sense.
No, it was just what we were blaming it on for him because
okay.
it was just like, he's on 114, so we need to.
How many are we on?
105.
I need 9 more. I don't think I'm subscribed to our own thing.
Did I tell you what my youngest did?
What? No.
My youngest subscribed to it because he saw it pop up on the iPad.
Yeah.
And every time I know him, he unsubscribes.
Fair play.
He said to me, I've given you a subscriber because you were on 66, so I wanted to get you on to 6, 7, because that's what all the kids do. And then when he realised it had gone up to 68, he removed himself, so that it was like that's 6, 7, and I was just like, little shit.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, so cool. Next week we'll have a guest on.
Yeah, got a good guest next week. Very experienced cricketer, played a lot in the Lancs County League. Now part of one of the Premier League clubs, won't give it away because probably most people know who it is. Well, now part of one of the GMCL Premier League clubs. Been a very good player. Mm-hmm. Talks a lot of shite on a cricket field, and we'll laugh about that when he comes on.
I've played against him once and had sunstroke.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get that regularly when it's been
yeah, but he's a good man. Very a proper competitor, which is why he talks so much shit. But he's a proper competitor, been a proper player. So looking forward to getting him on, and he'll have some brilliant stories because he's played with some proper players as well.
Cool.
So yeah.
Go back to normality with that.
Yeah.
Before we end, slightly serious note. June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. I know that some people class it as November. We're obviously doing Movember. But June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. If, like me or Harry, you play with another 10 idiots on a Saturday.
Or a Sunday.
You always have somebody to talk to. Nobody ever knows what is fully going on in somebody's life. And sometimes people find it difficult to speak. If you ever feel that way and you play cricket, do not be afraid to talk to somebody that you know that you play cricket with. They may not fully understand what's going on with you, but it isn't weak to speak. Just speaking from experience, 13 years ago this year, I lost my first son, and if it hadn't been for playing cricket, I don't know where I would have been. So if you are struggling this month or any time, then please speak to somebody you play cricket with if you don't feel like you can speak to your friends or family. And if you notice that somebody's struggling, take a minute and just ask them why. World's a better place with you in it.
Yeah.
I'm Chris Murray.
And I'm Harry Dearden.
And this is the Flat Track Podcast.